New information of Ann Burrell, a Food Network celebrity, passing away. According to reports, it was her spouse. The American culinary community is in shock by the news of Ann Burrell's death. Her entire family is in shock after the woman who captivated millions of viewers with her strong personality and endless energy suddenly left behind a fortune worth millions of dollars. There are untold tales and truths concerning her legacy hidden behind her death. What actually transpired? And why is Ann Burrell's estate the main topic of conversation? Everything will be explained here. Dozens of pills were all around her as she lay on the floor of her shower. Every major news station and American media platform was captivated by Ann Burrell's loft apartment in the heart of Brooklyn on the morning of June 17, 2025. It was announced that Ann had passed away at the age of 55, following an unexpected heart attack that her husband, Stuart Claxton, had discovered at around 8 in the morning, 7:50 a.m. Officers showed up at Ann's Brooklyn residence yesterday. The host of America's Worst Cooks was comatose and not responding, shocking the entire culinary community in addition to her family. The New York Fire Department report states that as soon as Stewart discovered Ann unresponsive in the bathroom, an emergency call was placed. All attempts at resuscitation failed, despite the fact that medical personnel arrived within minutes. Although the final conclusion is still pending the autopsy results, the preliminary report cited heart arrest as the cause of death. For everyone who adored Ann on film as well as her close family, her abrupt departure has left a huge hole. We were in such a good mood at our last supper together. The last time I saw her, a few months ago, she looked fantastic. Ann Burrell's family was hit with yet another terrible reality as soon as the news was verified. The private property she left behind, estimated by Celebrity Net Worth to be worth $4 million. In addition to money and bank accounts, this estate consists of real estate, television royalties, the profits from 2 best-selling cookbooks, and brand endorsement deals amassed over more than 20 years of employment. The Brooklyn Loft Ann, where she lived, created, and hosted generations of aspiring cooks, is the most notable. It was acquired for $153 million in 2019 and had increased in value to over $2 million by 2025. Following Ann Burrell's death, her family was obliged to face serious financial and legal obligations right away. The management of the entire estate, including the value of the real estate, television royalties, and continuing revenue from the reruns of shows in which Ann had appeared, fell to Stuart Claxton, her children, and her close family. Additionally, there are unresolved brand contracts, incomplete humanitarian endeavors, and community service obligations Ann previously made. The family stressed in a brief statement to the media that Ann's smile brightened every space. Despite her passing, her spirit, warmth, and unending love will endure forever. Along with that love comes the duty to decide which things should be properly shared and which values should be kept for the next generation. According to legal experts, it could take months or even years for well-known people like Ann Burrell to have their inheritance inventoried and divided. Material worth isn't the only consideration. Brand contracts, image rights, copyrights, and humanitarian endeavors are also important. Fans and television viewers, meanwhile, only witness a small portion of the narrative, because discussions and agreements over preserving Ann Burrell's legacy for upcoming culinary generations are still going on behind the scenes. Although proceedings are still pending, Ann's family has stated that they intend to carry on with her community service and may even think about creating a scholarship fund or lending support to causes close to her heart. The real source of Ann Burrell's fortitude may be traced back to those early difficult years. Despite asset calculations and the pressure to maintain her reputation, few people are aware that the TV star had to endure a protracted training procedure, obstacles, and self-promotion in a city that is difficult for those new to the culinary industry. The main elements that contributed to Ann's indispensability in the American culinary scene will be exposed during that voyage. An icon's birth. From an early age, Ann Burrell, who was born and reared in Cazenovia, New York, shone her love of cooking. She frequently assisted her mother in cooking dinner in the home kitchen, watched TV with her grandmother, and never missed an episode of Julia Child, who was her greatest source of inspiration. A long way from the culinary industry, Ann earned a bachelor's degree in English and Communications from Canisius College in 1991. A few months later, Ann made the decision to full transformation, enrolling at the Culinary Institute of America, or CIA, which brings together aspirational young chefs from all around the country. One of the most memorable early lessons was the CIA's emphasis on professional training rigor. As Anne once said, "If you don't have enough passion and stamina, you'll take yourself out of the kitchen." After graduating in 1996, Anne decided to gain practical experience in Italy, working at La Bottega dell'Arte in Tuscany, a restaurant with only 30 seats that was awarded a coveted Michelin star. Anne worked shifts that lasted from the early hours of the morning till midnight there. In the years that followed, her straightforward yet exacting manner was formed by her exposure to local culinary culture, her direct involvement with the practical procedures that characterize traditional Italian food, and her profound comprehension of the significance of each item and every traditional recipe. After spending almost a year in Tuscany, Anne came back to New York with a strong culinary background. Her appointment as sous chef at Lydia Bastianak's renowned restaurant, Feldia, marked the next significant event. While working in a kitchen full of seasoned cooks, Anne also strengthened her willpower and withstood fierce competition. Anne's ascent through the ranks and recognition as one of the new generation of chefs was facilitated by the combination of Italian tradition and the fast-paced nature of the American culinary industry. In 2007, Anne became executive chef at Centro Venoteca, a recently opened restaurant in New York, saying, "I feel so fortunate to share the true passion of my life with everyone." For the first time, Anne had complete control over the menu, the caliber of the food, and the supervision of the employees, setting the stage for her future achievements. It was a unique voyage from the restaurant kitchen to the television spotlight. It was at this point that Anne started to leave her mark on America, marking a sea change. Anne replaced Mario Battistelli as sous chef on Iron Chef America in 2005. This event signaled the start of more than 20 years of well-known television work, in which Anne not only made appearances as a chef, but also emerged as the face of American cuisine's creativity, uniqueness, and inspiration. She was hired by Food Network to present Secrets of a Restaurant Chef, a specialty program that gives regular viewers access to expert kitchen secrets and practices. Just 3 years later, in 2008, one of the main factors behind the surge of female TV chefs in the US at the time, the show ran for 9 seasons and was nominated for an Emmy. In 2010, Anne Burrell joined the renowned reality show, Worst Cooks in America, thanks to the success of Secrets of a Restaurant Chef. Anne stayed on the show until 2025, co-hosting with numerous other famous chefs. Her strong personality, humorous hosting manner, and distinctive platinum hair left a lasting impression. Anne helped transform the worst pupils into self-assured home cooks by winning back-to-back seasons in the first 3. Many people referred to Anne as the spark in every American kitchen because of her patience and distinctive teaching approach. An inspiration for anyone who has ever felt helpless in the kitchen to use cooking to turn their life around. Anne appeared on numerous more reality TV shows, alongside America's Worst Cooks. These include Food Network star, Chopped All Stars, The Best Thing I Ever Ate Chef, won in 2012, 2013 36 episodes, and most recently, House of Knives, which debuted in 2025. Notably, Anne won $75,000, Chopped All Stars 2015, and gave it to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, proving that her influence went beyond her knowledge to include a strong sense of social duty. She also became a frequent visitor at important food events across the U.S., led culinary cruises on the famous yacht, and made an appearance on the Food Network float in the Macy's Parade. The accomplishments of Anne Burrell went far beyond the little screen. Her 2 cookbooks, Own Your Kitchen 2013 and Cook Like a Rocker 2011, both reached the New York Times bestseller list, and extended her impact to a large readership. By transforming their views about cooking abilities and the delight of food preparation, these books enabled thousands of people to enter the kitchen with confidence. Many viewers wrote to express their gratitude to Anne for giving them motivation and self-assurance once more, transforming everyday events into memorable family times. Her distinctive personal style, spiky platinum hair, vibrantly colored outfits, mismatched socks, and a sense of humor that persisted under the most trying circumstances was what set Anne Burrell apart on television. Carla Hall, a longtime coworker, once said, "Anne is more than just a cook. She infuses every kitchen with personality and excitement." Anne's accomplishments, which ranged from hands-on kitchen work to television, from books to real life, made her an icon not only of Food Network, but also of a broader movement to democratize culinary arts in America. Her straightforward, demanding, but always positive work attitude made her an inspiration to generations of female chefs who wanted to break free from traditional molds. Every impression she made on television, was the culmination of a lengthy journey in which Anne Burrell continuously reinvented herself and established enduring, authentic values. Her success was fueled not only by her captivating appearance, but also by her own philosophy, passion, and never-ending quest to gain a deeper understanding of the difficulties that lie behind the television spotlight. In her personal life, Anne was known for her close relationship with Stuart Claxton, the partner who had supported her since 2018 after they met on a dating app. The story of Anne's private life, setbacks, and perseverance in overcoming obstacles will continue to show another side of a well-known woman who never stopped aiming for new heights. On October 16, 2021, they were married in her hometown of Cazenovia in front of family, friends, Stuart's son Javier, Anne's mother Marlene, and her sister Jane. Although Anne always kept her private life private, she was unable to escape becoming the center of attention, particularly after she became engaged to chef Corin Grieveson at the end of 2012, a relationship that drew attention from journalists and foodies for years to come. Despite the constant pressure of being a public figure in the culinary and entertainment industry, Anne's career was not without its difficulties, particularly in the business world. In addition to being open about her sexuality, she once responded directly to rumors on social media. "I have never hidden my sexuality, nor do I feel the need to." This honesty and clarity helped her maintain respect from colleagues in the public eye. She made a bold investment in 2017 to open her own restaurant, Phil and Anne's Good Time Lounge, in Brooklyn, but it closed down less than 2 years later due to operational issues and financial strains. She would later discuss this failure at public gatherings. Running a restaurant takes more than just a passion for cooking. In addition to her professional endeavors, Anne Burrell was involved in a number of charitable endeavors, including serving on the advisory board of the Garden of Dreams Foundation, serving as honorary ambassador for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and joining the Food Council of City Harvest. Her experience was painful, but she saw it as a valuable lesson that deepened her appreciation for perseverance and the ability to recover after setbacks. Events, workshops, and inspirational activities. She led connected young chefs with the public, bringing a spirit of sharing and encouragement to every real-world project. These community initiatives were more than just duties. They were a means for Anne to express her life philosophy. "I feel so fortunate to share the true passion of my life with everyone." After marrying Stuart Claxton, Anne frequently talked about their understanding and companionship. "We're always together because Stuart works from home. It's an adventure for two grown-ups." Anne always struggled to balance the demanding schedule of a television chef with the duties of being a wife and stepmother. Even after establishing herself firmly in the industry, Anne Burrell never stopped reinventing herself, continuing to participate in television programs, expanding her influence to culinary education projects in the community, teaching cooking at various centers, and working with nursing homes to improve meal quality for the elderly. Many noted that this personal stability helped Anne maintain her positive energy, creativity, and ability to withstand the pressures of media and public attention. This journey created a lasting role model, and the ways the community, coworkers, and society remember Anne after she leaves the kitchen will further highlight the extent of her influence. These experiences not only reaffirmed Anne's standing in the culinary world, but also showed her impact far beyond the small screen. A long-lasting effect. Following Anne Burrell's death, many well-known chefs, TV hosts, and artists paid tribute, demonstrating a deep respect for Anne's role and personality in the industry. What was notable was not only the shock, but also the profound reach of the values Anne had developed over 3 decades in her profession. The mourning process was shared by the media, social media, and the entire American culinary industry. "I loved working with Anne on Worst Cooks in America," Carla Hall stressed. With her distinctive smile, mismatched socks, and handmade clothes, she was a formidable chef and educator. "You filled every kitchen with passion and love, Anne." Anne was a tough but caring teacher, always greeting you with warmth, joy, and laughter, shared Artie Sakura, who collaborated with Anne on numerous projects. Although Buddy Valastro described Anne Burrell as a true force and a beautiful soul, her influence was most noticeable on social media, as hashtags like #OneRememberMer and Giant Anne Burrell Inspires trended on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Aaron Sanchez also emphasized Anne's spirit, leadership, and laughter as unforgettable qualities. "I greatly appreciated her guidance." Messages from Sunny Anderson, devastated. She Hadid, Rest Well, Legend, and hundreds of thousands of comments from viewers of all ages demonstrated the multifaceted impact of Anne's work. Fans shared personal memories and stories of how Anne helped them overcome kitchen anxiety, rediscover the joy of cooking, or simply brought laughter to their families through every episode. Not only did Anne's influence extend beyond television and best-selling books, but her family, led by Stuart Claxton and their children, announced plans to continue the charitable initiatives she had championed. Her passing was continually covered by major outlets like the New York Times, People, and Hindustan Times, which referred to her as an icon who changed the landscape of culinary reality television in America. In order to support young culinary talents, particularly women, a number of colleagues, former students, and social organizations worked together to create educational programs, community projects, or scholarships in Anne Burrell's honor. Workshops, classes, and community cooking events all featured silent moments or paid homage to the pioneer who helped redefine success in the culinary industry. Because of this broad influence, Anne Burrell's legacy endures in the hearts of both professionals and viewers. Food Network and other major reality channels have rebroadcast her shows, arranged special memorial episodes, and even suggested new awards to recognize the year's most inspirational chef. Notably, Anne Burrell's legacy is not only in her personal accomplishments, but also in the actual shift in social perceptions about female chefs, the movement to make culinary arts more accessible, and her ability to bring kitchen knowledge to a wider audience. Her recipes, signature sayings, and iconic humorous moments are revisited in numerous viral videos on YouTube and TikTok that have received millions of views, creating a powerful wave that continues to spread her influence. From social projects and charity work to little details like her sock collection, dresses, and platinum hair, Anne Burrell has created the Anne Burrell effect, a resolute, spirited, and profoundly humane role model in the culinary industry. Many young chefs, particularly women, have publicly acknowledged that they chose this career after witnessing the path Anne had paved. Looking at her far-reaching influence, it is evident that Anne Burrell's journey does not end with a memorial, but rather lives on through every story, every act, and every new source of inspiration passed on each day. If you ever admired Anne Burrell or her legacy, you will see that her impact is a living lesson in the power of passion, resilience, and the desire to spread positive values. She demonstrated that one person can influence an entire industry, a community, and future generations through their own story, determination, and way of life. If her tale inspired you, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and watch the upcoming films to help preserve the enthusiasm and continue the heritage of individuals who have revolutionized the culinary world. Music.